What's up, guys? Welcome to G Whiskey. I'm Jeff. Today we've got another low effort video for you guys. We're going to be going over all of the open bottles of Speyside whiskey that I have. Stick around. All right, so this is episode number 4 maybe in the series where I'm going over all of my open bottles. Today, as I said earlier, it's Speyside, and I've got 10 bottles to share with you guys. As usual, I do have a mystery pour in my glass. Actually, no, I don't. I didn't pour it yet. I will have a mystery pour in my glass. Your hint for today is it will be the first whiskey of the year that I ever awarded on the channel. And I think that's all of our basics covered. As many of you already know, this set is temporary. I'm still waiting for my computer desk to come in. Once that gets here, we'll have a proper set and we'll go back to normal videos, much more professional videos, if they ever were. But yeah, this is what we got, and let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into our list. In the meantime, if you'll kindly leave a like down below, that'll be greatly appreciated. And we'll start things off with a Macallan. This is Macallan 12 Double Cask. Macallan, of course, is everyone's favorite whiskey. No one has any strong feelings about it. It's almost universally loved by enthusiasts. 40% natural color, chill filtered. It's good. I mean, obviously, Macallan gets a lot of hate for reasons. We're not going to get into that. But the whiskey itself, good. Weak, yes. Good, also yes. Next up, we have a very natural segue from that Macallan. This one is Tamdhu 12. Now, as many of you already know, Tamdhu is a great alternative to Macallan. A lot of people say so. I say so. I think they both give us very luxurious, rich, beautifully sherried whiskeys. Tamdhu 12 is no different. This one's a little bit stronger than Macallan. This one's 43%. Natural color also, probably chill filtered, but great flavors in this. And yeah, I mean, even just take away the Macallan association as a standalone, it's a great Speysider. Moving on, we've got a Ben Romick. This one is Contrasts Peat Smoke Sherry Cask Finished. Now, this one's different from Sherry Cask Matured, which came out a few years back. This one, a release from last year, 2023, as the name implies, just a finish. This is great if you like your sweet peat. The Contrasts line is a very interesting line from Ben Romick. They usually have a higher ABV, and they do some more experimental stuff. And this one, really good. It's a success in my book. I'm not sure how easy it is to find nowadays if it's still around, but it only came out a year ago, so you might be able to see this one on shelves. If you do, the price is usually right. It's a good one. Our next bottle is from Glenmorangie. I have the 18-year-old here. Now, Glenmorangie is not usually considered an enthusiast whiskey. Most of their line is going to be 40% and, colored, chill filtered, very budget friendly. But if you're not looking to challenge yourself and you're not trying to have like an enthusiast moment, if you just want something very casual but pleasant, the Glenmorangie line is a pretty solid line. But if you want something more geared toward enthusiasts, this is a good one to check out. It has a higher ABV. It's 47.2%. Obviously, we have the 18-year-old age statement. So if you want something with a bit of age and definitely a big step up from the rest of the line, if you want something interesting from Glenmorangie, this is a good one to check out. Is it mind-blowing? No, but really good for the price. Next, we've got a Speyburn. We'll start with the 15. The 15 is a fully natural, 46% non-chill filtered natural color whiskey. Very affordable. Obviously, we have a good age statement here. This is a great one if you like your sherried whiskeys. We have some nice spices in here. It's very fruity, nice complexity, and overall just a very pleasant and enjoyable 15-year-old. Now, in my market, this is a little bit tough to find. Most shops don't carry it, in fact. So I do have to do a bit of hunting when I want to replace this bottle, but I think in other markets, in most other markets, this shouldn't be too hard to come by, and the price is usually right. This is a good one. Now, if you enjoy that 15, but you want something a little bit older that shares the same DNA, the 18-year-old is a great option. Another one, a little bit tough for me to find, but should be reasonably easy to find for you. Same specs here, so 46% fully natural. This one is a little bit darker. It's a little bit richer. Obviously, 3 more years in the cask, so slightly heavier flavors, but very comparable to the 15. It's just, it really is a natural progression from the 15. And this is really good stuff. Another great bang for buck 18-year-old like the Glenmorangie that I just mentioned. Unlike the Glenmorangie, as the color suggests, this one leans much more into sherry. So if you like your sherried whiskeys and you want a bit of age, try this. Moving on, we've got about 3 more to go, and I saved the best 3 for last. We'll start with this one right here. This one is Rose Isle 12. This is one that I reviewed very recently, and if you saw that review, you know how much I love this one. I gave it a 91. I think this is gorgeous whiskey. It came out last year as part of Diageo's 2023 special releases lineup, and initially I kind of held off because I wasn't familiar with the distillery, and it was quite expensive, especially for a 12-year-old, so I kind of avoided it. This is a bottle that my buddy Lester picked up. He lent it to me, and the moment I tried it, I fell in love. and I've already got some backup bottles on the way. So absolutely gorgeous stuff. Can't recommend it enough. Is it cheap? No. As far as I'm concerned, though, it is worth it. I think it's probably the most interesting whiskey that came out of last year's lineup. I didn't try them all though, so what do I know? Next up, and the last brand that I'll be talking about is Longmorn, and we'll start with this one here. This one is the 18, but this is the discontinued 18. I think they stopped making these ones a couple years back, and they switched it out for something else. This one is 48%. It's fully natural. I'm not sure if there's any sherry in here at all, but it's more like bourbon leaning. Wonderful complexity, wonderfully rich, great age, great sophistication. Yeah, just one of my favorites. In fact, I would go so far as to say that this is probably my favorite 18-year-old on the market, or at least when it was on the market, my favorite 18-year-old. I don't know why more people don't sing this one's praise. Not a lot of enthusiasts talk about it. Not a lot of people seem to know about it. Great house style, great flavors. If you can still find this one, as I said, discontinued. If you can find this one, grab it, because the one they replaced it with is much more expensive. So this one should still have a reasonable price, and for me, 1,000% worth it. But if you want to opt for something a little bit more recent and you're okay spending a little bit more money, and by a little bit I mean a lot more money, you could grab this one. This is the recent version. This is the new version of Longmorn 18, and the difference is that this one is cask strength. The old one 48%, this one 57.6%, at least this batch. I think they put it out every year, and this batch is from 2023. Obviously, more intensity with the cask strength. Still beautiful flavor, still an absolutely gorgeous whiskey. The issue here is going to be price. Now, it's not sold in my market, so I wasn't even considering it, but it is about double the price of the previous 18, so I wasn't sure. Luckily, I have a very generous friend in Switzerland. Laurent, thank you very much for this bottle. It is a beautiful whiskey. Expensive, but beautiful. All right, that was the list, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, these are not all of my open bottles. They're just the ones I have here. I have more open with friends, but, you know, a solid 10 Speysiders on the go. What do you think of my collection? What do you think is missing? What should I add to it? What are your favorite Speysiders? You can let me know all of that down below. Finally, if you stuck around to find out what the mystery pour in my glass is here, your hint earlier was that this is the first whiskey of the year that I awarded on the G Whiskey channel. This one is this stuff right here. Let me turn it around. Craigellachie 13. This is one that I don't talk quite as much about these days, but I still love it every bit as much as when I dished out that award a few years back. Gorgeous whiskey, great for the price. It's punchy, it's challenging, but it's very rewarding stuff. So a great one to check out if you don't want to spend too much and you want a really interesting character of a whiskey. So yeah, always recommend this one. And that brings us to the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always. And if you want to help support the channel, I have both Patreon and PayPal linked down below. If you're already supporting the channel, thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next time.